The issue of racism in Australia has been widely studied within sociology. However, with recent global events, greater and up-to-date analysis is needed. Research needs to be made on racism within Australia, particularly on the reactions and opinions to ISIL and terrorism that are seen to create institutional and social racism within Australia.
While studies concerning ISIL and terror attacks have been limited, it is important to analyse how multiple factors such as media coverage and political diction influence the public. Since the recent acts of terror and the effects it has had on racial prejudices and inequalities, a considerable gap in research data is evident. We believe that the effects of terrorism on individuals racially associated with events are a key phenomena which has yet to be analysed in depth.
Your group is calling for a caliphate governed by Sharia law. What would that look like in Australia?
This is the absurdity of this entire discussion. Why is the focus, given the context of war and terror, entirely upon what Muslims are doing or not doing?
So are Australians racist? We went to the streets and opinion was divided.
I think we're tolerant of all races, all societies, there's all different religious backgrounds, and I think we're accommodating of all people.
Sometimes, like Australian, they're actually quite racist. In Australia, I often get asked that they're like, what's your nationality? And I'm Australian, but I was born in Indonesia.
The intrinsic and extrinsic change within their everyday living relations are important to determine, analysing whether racism is a tactic employed for exploitation and if they create experiences of suppression and elevated prejudice. A quantitative and qualitative approach is needed, allowing for findings to be subjective and calculable. From our qualitative research methods, we hope to acquire insight and personal experiences and opinions from the general public. Similarly, from qualitative methods, data and statistics will be established. Through this mixed approach, we hope to gain a greater understanding.
Considering the somewhat racially insensitive Australian climate, we can predict that recent events have led to an increase in Islamophobia and anti-Arab sentiments reflected in our results. The xeno-racist climate of Australia is alarming, as the multiculturalism we so reverently believe in is being undermined by government policy and mainstream conversation. Hopefully, our research will shed light on these issues, particularly the systematic and socially embedded racism and inequality experienced by racial minorities in a supposedly liberal, egalitarian nation.